bloody no object. I buy myself a red felt tip pen and I bloody underline that notice. This all must, underlined in red, be vacated by 10:30 p.m. Underlined in red.
And the other none.
No one stays after 11. Not even the Scottish country dancing, and they're all company hooligans.
The other notice as well.
Eh?
Underlining.
What underlining?
In red. The one about leaving the hall in the condition they find it.
I'm going to underline that bugger and all. Well, what about it?
No, I'm just saying. You should.
Well, I've just said I will. You don't listen. Debating societies. I've shot them. And what were they debating then? Sodom and Gomorrah? Oh, now what? No one rings at 11:30. We never hear at 11:30.
Maybe it's the wrong number.
I'll tell you what's the wrong number. Bloody caretaking. All right, don't panic. Hello. Oh, Sergeant. Yes, this is the caretaker speaking. What, Quigley Street? Oh, well, of course I know Quigley Street. Why, it's just... Oh. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Still, I don't suppose there's anything I... Oh, there is. Good. Well, what exactly... What, all night? All night long till tomorrow bloody morning? No, it's my pleasure. Good night.
What's happened?
This is the police. We have an important message for you. A dangerous gas leak has been discovered in this area. Please turn off all gas appliances. Extinguish any open fires, oil stoves, electric fires, etc., which may be burning. Do not smoke.
I'm sorry to trouble you, sir.
Good God. Is it Manchester United supporters?
There's a leak in the gas main. There's danger of explosion.
No.
Yes.
Never.
We're evacuating all inhabitants, including all animals and pets.
We haven't got any animals or pets.
No, well, if you did have. Well, it is people as well, sir. Everyone's being evacuated till morning. This is an official emergency, sir. Now, will you kindly conduct all members of your family to that vehicle there immediately, just as they are? Thank you, sir.
Shall I bring my stereo equipment?
What for?
Well, I've got this rather sophisticated stereo equipment, you see.
No valuables, I'm afraid, sir. I'm sorry.
Well, when I say sophisticated, Garrard SP25 deck, leak amplifier, plus...
Just members of your family, sir, that's all. Straight out to bed if necessary.
Where are we going, then?
Will you kindly pull your finger out, sir? Arrangements have been made.
Well?
Mulligatawny, I think. WVS lady said it was lobster and brandy.
She said it wasn't lobster and brandy. It was supposed to be a minor witticism.
Well, she's right, then it isn't. It's Mulligatawny.
Oh, bloody performance. It's like a thumping doss house. You try to maintain a decent standard of all, and if it isn't Sodom and Gomorrah, it's the Ords of Babylon, with feathers in their hats.
It's not homemade, neither.
I think it's disgusting. I tell you something, I'm not stopping you.
We don't allow dogs and cats. Dogs and cats aren't allowed. Except for dog and cat shows.
Well, tell them then.
Don't worry, I shall if it arises.
It's arisen.
All right. Bloody
What's she come as? Carmen Miranda or Sabu the elephant boy?
Olive, don't start, ignore her. Buggering it, eh, Colin?
Well, I'd go further. I would. In my book, it's a right how'd you do.
There's only one pillow each. I won't be able to have one under my knees. Oh, you could spit.
Did we bring any money with us?
What do you mean, money?
I haven't brought a penny, Access card, nothing.
It's not Marks and Spencer's.
I just don't like coming out without money.
What's in your bloody handbag?
My Green Shield stamps, 11 full books and 15 to stick in. I'll give that madam a photograph in a minute.
Take no notice. We don't want no trouble.
Trouble?
Murder, eh, Selwyn? Nah, this lot organised chaos, eh? I was on pints earlier at the week shift. Marvellous how you sober up.
Gary, stop scratching.
Gonna be drafty in here, I should think, Mr. Shankly.
Well, I shudder to think I do. I'm pretending it's just not happening. I'm hoping it's all in the mind.
It's gonna be drafty, all right.
Well, you should know.
Huh?
Oh,
see what you mean, yes.
It's pathetic what you grab at, isn't it? The first thing that I...
Well, look at me. I'll only use it to make Christmas pudding. Bang in the middle of shampooing my hair, I was.
Oh, don't you go to Jason and Philippe anymore?
Gary, stand up straight.
Every Monday. But Tuesday it's like a Brillo pen.
Can I stop yawning? Can I help? Hardly the height of five-star luxury, is it?
Shows you. You can keep all your Hilton hotels, you can't beat your own home. Well, you know it's clean, don't you? They only finished decorating my living room this morning.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Can I just have your kind attention, please? Order now, please.
All right. Henry Kissinger's with us, I noticed. I thought I was having too good a time.
One singer, one song. Everyone, please. Quiet now. Bags of heart.
All right, Mr. Joyce. I'll see to it.
Oh, right. I was just bringing some semblance of order for you, really.
All right, sir.
Getting things organised, in a sense.
Yeah, will you just leave everything up to me now, sir?
Yes, well, I was only...
Yeah, fair enough.
Over to you then, Constable. Carry on.
Sir.
I smelt it, you know. The gas leak. I was the bod who reported it. Oh, yes. I was just putting the milk bottle out. Sniff, sniff. Hello, hello. Straight onto the blower, 999, and the balloon goes up. Not that I'm expecting a medal, of course.
Right, quiet, please, everyone, quiet.
Quiet.
First things first, roll call. No, hang on, that's second.
As you were, everyone. Slight technical hitch beyond our control.
Yes. First, welfare. Mr. and Mrs. Wally, caretakers?
Yes, thank you.
We're not normally here after 11.
No, well, this isn't normal, is it? They're in the kitchen, are they?
Who?
The welfare.
Oh, they've gone home. One of them had visitors.
But they were detailed to wait for me.
Yes, well, with all due respect, I detailed them to bugger off.
Right. Roll call.
Now, quiet, everyone, please. Official roll call.
Excuse me. Sorry to go out of turn and that, but can Mrs. Powell...
Mrs. Powell?
My wife. Can she go to bed as soon as possible, please?
You know, with me being...
Oh, I see. Certainly.
Yeah, it's perfectly in order.
Just, well, lie down, I suppose, at your own discretion.
Anywhere you like, Mrs. Powell.
You're Colin and Nancy Powell, then number 10 Quigley Street.
Yes.
Correct.
The yellow curtains.
Ta. Now then, number 1 Quigley Street.
The Waddingtons. Nice couple.
Yes. Mr. and Mrs. Waddington, hotel. Number 2.
Mrs. Blackburn and her mother, dependent relative.
Staying with friends. Number 3, Mr. and Mrs.
Here, Selwyn and Pamela Stringer.
Yes, both present.
Right. Number 4, Mrs. Pearson, hotel. Number 5, Mr. and Mrs. Lund.
Here.
There.
Right, number... Hang on a minute. Look, you can saw your beds out now.
All right.
Whenever you wish.
Now, just
number
wait,
6.
Wait a sec, wait a sec.
Mr. and Mrs.
See where they go.
Don't start anything.
No.
This is neither the time nor the place.
Right, over there.
Number 9, Mr. and Mrs. Hill.
Thank God for that. Trust her to
Number
bring the
10,
biggest capital
Mr.
in
and Mrs.
Monty she could lay hands on.
Look, hang on. Before we go any further, Mr. Wally,
Hello.
would you and your wife mind conveying all these cats and dogs to the police van outside?
Oh, no, why?
Now, hold on. Listen, they can't stay here all night, ladies and gentlemen. Be reasonable. There isn't the facilities for cats and dogs. I mean, they'd be fighting like cat... Oh.
Go and sleep without me, can't one bomb.
Listen, everyone, it's only till morning. Thank you.
Grateful thanks, everyone. Cooperation noted and much appreciated.
Yes. Number 11, Quigley Street, Mr. and Mrs. Hulbert, hotel. Number 12, Mr. and Mrs. and Master Heseltine.
Oh, yeah, all here.
Right.
Leave your nose alone.
Anywhere you like, Mr. Heseltine. Past your bedtime, eh, Barry?
Gary.
Gary.
Number 13, Mr. Joyce. I think it's safe to say you're here without fear of contradiction.
Right, I'll just camp down here, shall I? Handy for telephone and general supervision, sort of on tap.
Number 14, Mr., Mrs. and Miss Shankly.
Present. Yeah, over there.
All 3 of you.
Would have been 4 with Wumble.
Mother.
Those 3 there, I suggest, Mr. Shankly.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Brilliant. The only bloody 3 left.
Yes, well, that was the reasoning.
And finally,
We're
excluding
down there.
those staying at hotels and those being put up by friends.
Last
number
but not least, Mrs. Cox.
Number 15, Mr. and Mrs. Cox.
Mrs. present.
And Mr. Cox?
He's, away, as it happens. Tonight, that is. He's, unavoidably away on business.
Right. Over here, Mrs. Cox, at your convenience. Quigley Street, all present and correct, officer.
Excluding Mr. Cox.
Yes, well,
Excuse me, Constable. There's a medicine cabinet in the kitchen. Do you think I might trouble you for the TCP and the elastoplast for Mr. Wally? Quite lively, the little pussycat, isn't she?
Oh, Prince Regent Hotel. Good evening.
Morning, really.
Morning, really. Do you have a double room for tonight, please?
With bath?
With bath.
Or shower?
Oh, look, do you want to do it? Sorry? Oh, 2 singles, perhaps?
With bath or shower?
With bath or shower? Oh, 2 ordinary singles.
Look, tell them it's us.
Yes, actually, it's Mr. Stringer speaking. My wife and I attended the dinner dance in your Calypso room last Thursday.
Tell her we know the
and
under-manager. He took Sherry with us.
Oh, no singles. No, nothing. There's been a what? Has there really? Thank you. Good evening.
Well, what'd she say?
There's been a gas leak on Quigley Street. All rooms taken.
I see. Well, in future, we'll have our chicken in the basket elsewhere. And at half the price.
Excuse me, Mr. Stringer.
The toilet's back there, young Gary. The door with toilet written on.
Yeah, no, I've been.
What do you want, Gary?
Can you give this to Annabel Shankly, please? With you being nearer to a mattress. In private, please. It's about homework.
Oh.
Geography. The Ural Mountains and its tributaries.
Still queuing, I'm afraid.
You could die, I'm not kidding. I'm pretending it's all not happening.
Any more for any more, anyone? Tea for the use of? Hot soup? Anyone at all before we close the nappy? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Mr. Joyce.
Yes, Mr. Shankly.
I wondered whether we could go up and get a drink any time we like without providing written permission. You know, with us being over 16 and with it being bugger all to do with you.
Well, yes, I was just trying to smooth out procedure, really.
Oh, I see. I was under the impression you were getting on my nerves.
Well, we all know who monopolised the bathroom, of course, don't we?
Who?
Well, who? She went green when she saw this.
Pamela, shh.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. It's worse than the Plaza del Sol in Rimini, and that was only half built. I don't think it's seen a packet of flash since Mafeking was relieved.
Sorry, do you mind if I push in? Excuse, won't you? It's...
What? A condition.
Oh.
At that stage of pregnancy, the bladder's about the
all
size
right.
of a...
Excuse me. Excuse me, the police asked me to...
What, me, Oppo?
The police asked me to look in on the way home.
Yes, it'll be me you want then. Routine, probably. Check, double check.
Yes, well, it's just to say that all the pets are safely at the station. And the number's 5112 if you've any problems.
Will do.
Will everyone please abide by the notice in the foyer? Please leave this all in the condition you find it. Consider it underlined in red.
Will call.
Well, I'll say good night then.
Good night to you, sir.
You'll see to the lights.
Will do.
And lock up.
Clunk, click.
Well, I'll say good night then.
TTFN. Night, my dear. All right. Okay. Right, my dear, you get yourself comfy. Have a good night's sleep, Mrs. Lund. Mrs. Littletime, goodbye. You want, my dear,
There you come for me.
Gilbert, do you think it's God's punishment what's happened? Because we had the living room decorated when there's so much unhappiness in the world?
Are you comfy?
Well, you never know who slept in them before, do you? I do not feel itchy. I do not feel itchy. I do not feel itchy.
Gary?
What?
What have you got in bed with you?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
No.
Well, where's your transistor radio, then?
Just that's all.
Well, get it out. Look, what you keep doing that for?
What?
Gawping down there.
I'm not.
Well, don't. She's never spent a whole night away from home before.
Who?
Not since she was a puppy.
Honestly.
Still, she's been doctored.
Mother.
Annabelle, your face.
You are now listening to a recorded message. Do not speak till I've been rude and horrible.
No one goes to sleep in eye makeup, cheek blusher and false eyelashes. I'll tell her.
I'm not putting cream on in front of the old street.
And you know what happens when you go to sleep in your hairpiece? Your head sweats.
Dad, tell her.
Thinks I don't know what she's up to. Flaunting. There's nothing mothers don't know. Get those earrings off.
Ooh. Wow. Kicking. Right under me rib cage. Give me your hand. Did you feel that?
Wow.
God knows what he's doing up there. Big one, that.
Blimey O'Reilly.
What?
An even bigger one.
I was burping.
Oh.
Selwyn, watch young Gary Esseltine keeps staring at. He keeps looking at us. Sort of funny look on his face. He's probably at that age. It'll be a phase he's going through.
Oh, attention, please. Just a thought. If anyone likes synchronized watches, then according to Joe Soap here, at the third stroke, it will be 14 minutes to 1. 1, 2...
Thanks a bundle, Mr. Joyce. I was only in the land where the bloody bong tree grows.
Pardon?
I was only fast asleep.
Sorry. Well said, that man. Now, I'm an early riser, everyone, so, I'll sound the valley at what, 7? Oh, 700 hours, all right, everyone? Just a reminder, by the way, any queries or problems during the night, I'm here, on guard, for all intents and purposes. So, I suggest we all try to get a good night's sleep.
Mr. Joyce, I'm a patient bastard, but...
Roger, Mr. Shankly. Lights out, right?
Right.
It's funny how things happen, really. In 1 minute, you're putting out the empty milk bottles, and the next minute you think, sniff, sniff. Hello, hello. That's Hardy night-scented stock, you think. Onto the blower, 999. Boom, boom. All right, Mrs. Cox. Mrs. Cox? Everything hunky-dory?
I'd kill her husband if he was mine.
You won't?
Ooh. Away on business.
Poor soul. She's a wonderful cook. Did you know basil was the name of a herb? Well, it is. It's the name of a herb.
Now, not to worry, Mrs. Cox. It'll all be over in the morning. Nothing will happen to your house. The gasboard boffins are all doing their bit, and we've just got to... Well, they also serve who only stand and wait, sort of thing. To mean sacrifices, of course. But Quigley Street is in Britain, Mrs. Cox. And the British know a thing or two about sacrifices.
I shall never sleep without my duvet. There's no point in trying.
Why are you cold?
That's not the point, is it?
Everyone else is managing without a duvet.
Not everyone else has one, Selwyn. Not Goosefeather and Terraline. And I feel naked without my teas made.
There's a gallon of tea up there.
Completely naked.
Would you like some soup, love? A cigarette? Give her a cigarette.
No, I'll be all right now, thanks.
Alec, will you a cigarette for Mrs. Cox?
Comradeship, Mrs. Cox. Everyone rallying round.
Oh, it's your last one.
That's all right.
That's people, Mrs. Cox. Friends and neighbours, eh? All for one, one for all. Eternally grateful, Mr. Shankly.
I'm all right now. I was just being silly. It was only my nerves. Oh, no, thanks. I don't smoke.
Stress, you see. Stress and strain. Affects us all in different ways. I mean, everyone feels fear, even the bravest. How many VCs would you say were scared ruddy rigid going over the top? All of them, right? Doesn't mean to say they were cowards, though, does it? If anyone would like me to lead them in the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, which art in heaven...
Mr. Joyce, there are 7 families here. To my certain knowledge, 2 of them are Roman Catholics, 1 are confirmed atheists, and I personally have been beyond bloody redemption since my voice broke. Now shut your trap and get to sleep.
Oh, very well. I take it that those who prefer silent prayer will naturally...
Turn that bloody light out!
Message understood. Oh, as you were. Forgot to lock up.
Why is he walking so slowly? Can anyone tell me?
It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? One of what nights? I can tell.
Tell what?
I'm beginning to get the feeling we're the only people left alive on Earth.
I'm not sure we're on Earth at all. I'm not sure we're not in hell.
Good night, campers. See you in the morning. If you fall through the mattress, see you in the spring. No?
Jesus.
I'll say good night then. Good night, all. Night.
I told him. I said he couldn't have it in bed with him. They're in a dream half the time.
It was accidental. Why can't he be normal like everybody else?
Total dream. They don't need marijuana. Walking into the furniture with his mouth hanging open.
I was trying to switch it off. Well, I only had it on very quiet.
You shouldn't have had it on at all.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm very sorry.
There's no harm done. I think we're all in agreement there. Is everybody okay now before I switch off?
I'll just get it switched off, will you, Mr. Joyce? We don't need the minutes of the last meeting.
Will do.
Want some birdseed, Mr. Joyce?
Sorry?
Stop whistling!
Ah.
I don't know why you even brought your stupid radio.
All it ever has on is Andy Williams.
You brought your portable TV. And all that ever has on is a World Cup.
All right, I'm going to sleep.
Gilbert, I was just thinking.
You stop worrying about the bloody living room.
I was just thinking. We better not snuggle up together tonight.
Huh?
Better not. What with everybody. Better lie as far apart as we can.
Alec. I'm asleep. Cuddle up a bit. Hey? We'd better. What the hell for? Just for tonight. We don't want them talking.
Sorry, everybody. I'll have to have the light on. No option. Well, I'll never get there in the dark, will I? Treading on everybody. Hoist me up, Colin. I'll have to have the light on, Mr. Joyce. Quickly.
I said ladyship command.
Have to be quicker than that.
Oh, the double, eh?
Oh,
I'm sorry, everyone. It's unavoidable. I'm very sorry.
Oh, God, my left eye's started twitching now. Is it bloodshot?
Sorry, Alec. It's with her being pregnant, you see. The bladder gets squashed into... well, if you imagine an orange...
We know.
Oh, I could just eat a nice tangerine.
Well, that's it for me. Bingo, finished, kaput. It'd take a 2-ton sledgehammer to get me off now.
It's unfortunate still. We're all in this together, that's the main thing. That much easier to grin and bear.
It makes it no easier at all, Mr. Joyce. If we weren't all in it together, there'd be nothing to grin and bear in the first place. Wouldn't be bloody here. Be in our bloody beds, fast to bloody sleep.
Alec, language.
Did you bloody speak?
Personally, I'm just pretending it's all not happening.
It's even worse for her in the car. In the middle of a traffic jam.
Tell you what, try this for size. Spelling bee. I mean, as we're all awake, and if there's a certain round-off element creeping into the proceedings, it'll help keep morale up, won't it? Come on, Annabelle, ladies first. Have a go at anti-disestablishmentarianism. No? I thought not. Who would? No. Chrysanthemum.
Why me?
Where's your eyelashes? Me? You've only got them on one eye. Oh, Annabelle, they don't grow on trees.
And when you find them, you get it all off. Hairpiece, everything, the lot.
I can't in the dark, can I? Not a marsupial bat, am I? Otherwise I'd be hanging upside down, wouldn't I? Dracula's castle sucking blood.
Hey, that'll do.
Well.
Never mind, well.
No spelling bee, then? No? All those in favour? Against? 13 abstentions.
Sorry, everyone. Joys of motoring. No, not motoring. What's the word? Joys of...
Motherhood.
Yes, motherhood.
You'll have to cut down, Nancy.
Down?
Well, it's awkward.
They all know what it's like. They've all had babies.
Not in our bedroom.
Mr. Joyce, you've got shares in the electricity board.
Oh, sorry. Right. Everybody happy? Roger now. All right now, Mrs. Cox. Managing to get off up the little wooden hill.
See, you'll be a bloody magician with you yelling your ear, won't you?
Yeah, all right, Gilbert, just let it go.
How can we get the street with
Dennis,
it?
please.
Oh, time check if anyone would like one. 19 minutes past 1.
Please, will you please go to sleep, Mr. Joyce, please?
That's better. I like it when you say please and don't swear.
I've got a luminous dial.
Shh.
What?
Listen.
What?
Shh.
What are you shushing?
Can you hear funny breathing?
What sort of funny breathing?
You know. Sorry, Pamela. It's me. That's all right, dear. I didn't hear anything. Never heard a sound. It's called huffing and puffing. Sigh, sigh, blow, blow. Sigh, sigh, blow, blow. It's practicing for when you have contractions. You see, Colin squeezes my arm with both hands at the same time to practice hurting me. That's called the Chinese burn. He does that very hard whilst I huff and puff. See, sigh, sigh, blow, blow.
Mrs. Howell, Nancy, if you must whisper, would you please do it in a sunny whisper?
Shh.
Sorry, Dennis.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Night then.
Night, mate.
Anyway, that's what it was. Selwyn.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Have you got a paper tissue?
Am I likely to have?
Well, a hanky then. Oh.
What now?
Piece of paper in it nearly sliced my nose off. Where's my torch? When I saw you playing tennis at school on Tuesday, I could tell you weren't wearing a bra, and Abigail Spencer is stupid. They didn't look like two fried eggs at all. Although I happen to notice them, my feelings aren't just physical. P.S. I wish I was sleeping down your end. Pow. What on earth's he talking about?
I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. Go to sleep.
But you don't even play tennis.
Excuse me? Is that your torch?
Are you addressing me by any chance, Mrs. Lund?
Olive, don't start.
I'd simply like to know if that torch is her property.
Don't argue with the Pamela.
It's a perfectly civil question.
Well, ask it in the morning, eh?
Because if she's had that torch ever since she came in, why didn't she have the courtesy and common decency to tell Mrs. Cox when she was upset?
Yes, all right, look,
And little
Gilbert.
Gary when he was trying to switch his little
all
radio
right,
off, and
all
poor
right.
Nancy when she had to get up.
Olive,
Then we wouldn't have had the lights going on and off all night like Blackpool illuminations.
What are you doing?
Now, Mrs. Stringer, Mrs. Lund, minor differences of opinion apart, if I may just act as ombudsman for a moment and make one mini suggestion.
Me too. Turn that bloody light out!
Now, Mr. Heseltine, as I see it, nerves are getting frayed. Only slightly, but fair enough. I mean, it's perfectly understandable.
No one asked you to turn the lights on.
When?
Then.
Well, everybody was already awake. You were having this slight difference of opinion with Mrs. Love.
About the lights always going on.
Turn them off, Mr. Joyce. How many more times?
My wife needs her rest, you know. If you had her backache...
I think my gums are bleeding now.
Kind of campaign, Mrs. Stringer. What if I were to requisition the torch in case of furthering... Oh,
Now.
Not the Capo di Monte.
I think probably as I was swinging the torch, I inadvertently, Mrs. Stringer?
Leave her alone. Let her go.
You're switch happy, aren't you? You just can't wait.
I think probably as I was...
Oh, sod it. Well, seeing it's a picnic, I may as well have a cup of bloody tea.
That's the idea. Nice cup of tea always seems to... cup of tea and a sense of humour in a crisis. Marvellous what looking on the funny side can do. I tell you what, why don't we all have a good, strong cup of cha and a chat, eh? When you think of the miracles a little community sing-song has been known to...
A community sing-song?
Well, it has been known to...
Like, Bless 'em all.
Bless 'em all. Always be in England.
And you'd lead us, right?
Well...
There'll always be an England while there's a country lane. You're in your bloody element, aren't you?
I don't know what you mean.
The dark days of 1940 were in 1940, Mr. Joyce. Oppo, TTFN, grin and bear it, stiff upper lip, island sodding race, curlers talk cost lives. Is your journey really necessary? Yours was, wasn't it, eh? You wouldn't have missed this for anything. You're loving it. It's the greatest night of your life. Better than a George Formby picture at the Regal and a spam sandwich when you got home. You'd like to stand on the stage all night shouting, "Are we downhearted?" No, you don't want the bloody light out.
Oh, you wanted a nice cup of tea?
After you'd switched it on. Again. Cold. Ice cold. As cold as our Willie. He's dead, poor bugger. He's dead. I've got a better idea than there'll always be in England for your signature tune, Mr. Joyce. When the lights go on again all over the world. How's that?
Where are you going?
Snowing. Should I drag her back out?
Let her go. They've got the first aid box in there with them.
Ruined. Completely ruined.
Well, I expect you're delighted, Mrs. Lund. I expect you'll be treating yourself to a bottle of baby sham from your cocktail cabinet when you get home, in celebration.
It was beautiful. A work of art, really. All your things are beautiful. Well, it's such a palace, your home.
I can't find any glue.
Is it insured?
Oh, yes, well, I imagine so. I never know. We claim for everything. Don't you think it'll stick?
I've always admired this one. You had it in the front window for a while, didn't you? On a lace doily.
Cyprus lace. From Cyprus.
Was it my fault?
Well, you know it wasn't. It was that silly twit waving my torch about. I hear you've had your living room done.
Finished this morning, apart from the inset picture light. Biscuit wallpaper and a very unusual turquoise paintwork.
Oh, sounds lovely.
As if we lived to see it again.
Our dining room floor's been done in simulated Italian marble.
Yes, I believe so. It must be out of this world.
Yes. You must come and see it.
Yes. Oh, I could cry.
Well, you're the only one, apart from yourself.
Not everyone has our sense of values.
I'll try and get some sleep.
Yes. Better.
you got it all off now? Eyeshadow, lipstick, hairpiece.
There was a man in the war called Lord Haw-Haw, but his real name was Mr. Joyce. He was a traitor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, did we wake you?
It's going on for 4 o'clock.
I just came in for a glass of water.
As I was sitting here feeling a bit weepy again, I'm afraid, and Mr. Heseltine, he came in for a glass of water.
Is anyone else awake?
No, you didn't wake me. I was having rather a trouble, half asleep, half awake.
Yes, me too.
I felt thirsty.
Yes, luckily for Mrs. Cox. Gave her a shoulder to cry on for a few moments in her hour of need.
Yes.
That's right. I'll get back then. Night, Mrs. Cox.
Good night, Mr. Heseltine.
Good night. I thought you said earlier you didn't smoke.
Well, I seem to have started again. Mr. Heseltine was kind enough to loan me one.
Everything in order?
That's fine.
Good.
Well, why couldn't you sleep?
Oh, no reason. Mr. Shankly didn't mean any harm, Things he said, just his way. It's all in fun, really.
Would you like some tea?
Well, Mr. Shankly said it was cold. That was hours ago. Oh, well, in that case. It's not often we get the chance of a good chat like this, is it? Often?
All I've said is, would you like some tea?
Yes, well, perhaps not a chat. Anyway. Thank you. Huh. He said I was enjoying it. Enjoying it. Not the biggest night of my life at all. I mean, the responsibility of being, in charge in a sense. I'd be rather glad when it's over.
What would you say if I said my husband wasn't away on business?
I'm interested in my neighbours. Many of whom I'm privileged to look on as friends. Close friends, actually, some of them.
If I said he wasn't away on business at all?
Well, I'm sure there's a perfectly sound explanation.
If I said he's probably with another woman?
Sure he isn't.
Well, most of that lot think so. Some of them think they even know her name, where she lives, how long he's known her. What would you say to that?
I'd say they were jumping to conclusions, Mrs. Cox. He'll be home tomorrow, right as rain.
You don't really know anything about any of us, do you, Mr. Joyce? For all you know, I might have kicked him out earlier last evening, before all this started.
It's a strange time. 4 o'clock in the morning. Dead of night. At our lowest ebb. The mind, it's a funny organism, Mrs. Cox. It's got a mind of its own, in a sense. Sometimes one says things one doesn't mean. Imagines things. Remembers things. People. Well, men do. Don't know about the ladies, being a bachelor bold and proud of it. It's got to look forward, not back. Got to keep busy. I keep hellish busy, really. Non-stop. Not enough hours in the day, really.
You're very lonely, aren't you, Mr. Joyce?
Lonely?
Very.
Oh, no. You've got the wrong culprit there, Mrs. Cox. No hell's bells. Look at tonight, for example. Smelt the gas, got things organised. Well, fair enough. Some of them know that I can take a joke, so they tease me in a good-natured sort of way. No, not lonely. Are you?
Well, everyone is, aren't they? Take that lot. Look what they brought with them tonight.
Sorry? They brought each other, didn't they?
Did they? All I could see was cats and dogs and ornaments and golf clubs and briefcases.
Got a sleepwalker. The bathroom's down the other end, young man.
Yeah, I saw the light. I thought perhaps Mr. Stringham or Annabelle was here.
Why them?
Well, he was supposed to... It was about geography.
Oh, incidentally, you might give young Miss Annabelle a lesson in history. You might inform her that she was somewhat inaccurate about Lord Haw-Haw. According to my reading, he was an American citizen. He wasn't a traitor at all. It was a miscarriage of justice.
I've been trying to keep awake. To remind Mr. Stringer. I kept trying. I'll go back to bed now.
Good night, son.
Yes, I think I will too.
Oh, won't you stay a little while and chat?
No more.
Roger, I think we'd better go back separately, just in case somebody wakes up and...
And what?
Well, you know what people are. Don't want them talking. Mrs. Cox. It'll all turn out all right. You'll see.
No wonder people laugh at you, Mr. Joyce.
Oh, no, not at me, Mrs. Cox. With me, yes. It's all in fun. Good night.
Gary, what are you doing down here? I couldn't find my bed. I wasn't seeing if Annabelle was awake.
Go back to your bed, Gary.
I was doing. I got lost. Where have you been? I had cramp. Very common in adolescence.
If any of you's interested in going to work for a living, it's 7:30 gone. And if you're not, I am. And I shall require this all cleared bloody pronto. Ah.
Colin. Colin.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Something happened?
No.
What do you want?
Give us a leg up.
You know.
Oh, right.
Gilbert, half past.
I'm up. I'm having a shave.
Oh, Gilbert.
Be down in a minute. Have you made breakfast? That's right. I was hoping it was all a nightmare.
It was, mate. It bloody was. Morning. Eleanor. Eleanor. Another day of challenge and opportunity. Come on, get up. It's tomorrow.
Oh, and we're still here.
Oh, it's a miracle, really.
Because we had faith.
Yeah.
Is breakfast laid on?
No one said. Caretaker's in the kitchen.
Oh, I can't smell any bacon. Hello? Mr. Caretaker?
The name is Mr. Wally.
Does breakfast get laid on, Mr. Wally?
You what?
My nose can't smell the aroma of crispy bacon in there, can it?
Well, mine can't.
Go and make some tea, love.
Mr. Stringer.
Oh, yes, lad.
Good morning.
What are you after?
Have you given it to you?
What, eh?
Well, did you... Well, last night I asked you. The Ural Mountains.
Gary, forget what they teach you at school. Try and talk English. I haven't woken up yet.
Well, for Annabelle Shankly, me note.
Sorry, hang on. Oh, Eureka, should I get up and...
No. No, it's okay. Ta.
Hey, you're going the wrong way.
Excuse me. Have you a waste bin?
Had a smashing time last night, I see.
No, it's not fair.
What isn't?
Or anything.
Hey?
Everything.
Good thinking, son. You'll make a damn good caretaker one day.
Good morning, Mrs. Cox, dear. Did you sleep all right?
Not too bad, thanks, Mrs. Heseltine.
You? Oh, not too bad, considering. Hey, Dennis?
Hey, give it here a sec. It might mend this, you know. I'll nick a bit of adhesive from work. By hell. Clever, these Chinese.
Chinese.
Made in Hong Kong.
Where?
Hong Kong.
There's nothing wrong with Hong Kong. They're British.
It's a Capo di Monte.
Renaissance Manufacturing Company, Hong Kong. No reproduction permitted.
Is there something wrong with Mrs. Lund's face, do you think?
I would hardly think it's worth stealing a tube of Bostik for. I mean, she can get another gross of these at Woolworths.
I don't actually know where Woolworths is, actually, but I'm sure Mrs. Lund can vouch for them.
Capo di Monte.
Incidentally, biscuit walls and turquoise paint was the in thing last year, wasn't it?
Morning papers.
Hey?
I knew something was missing. It just dawned on me. No morning papers.
Oh, hell.
Bloody hell.
No, damn it.
All day goes skew whip when there's no morning papers.
One sodden thing after another.
Aye.
That was supposed to be our alarm clock, if I remember rightly.
Look at it. Why should England tremble?
Looks as though it's passed on.
Probably. Well, this isn't getting any insurance sold. Pamela, where's that tea coming from? Ceylon? No answer was the firm reply.
If you want to think, don't do it yourself.
You're right, you're not wrong.
Hi. With a bit of luck, we might be able to get off school today.
I hope not. It's double geography.
You hate geography.
People change.
No, Barry. Everybody's trying to get to sleep. We can't have the light on because... Morning, sir. Morning. Morning, all.
Morning, he says. For all you know, 15 Panzer divisions could have landed while you were driving the sheep home. Quigley Street could have been surrounded. Winston's demoted you to land girl.
Any more tea left there, Mrs. Hilltown?
Oh, you should have said. This is my second.
Oh, well, not to worry. I'll brew some more.
What time are they coming for us?
Who?
The police.
Has anyone contacted them?
What didn't they say last night?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know?
Well, I think we're expected to check.
Well, bloody check, then. Having us standing there like one of Lewis's.
Well, I've forgotten the number. Mr. Wally.
It's 5112.
Oh, thank you. Good morning. I'm speaking on behalf of the evacuated residents of Quigley Street. Pardon?
Gary, switch that radio off.
Oh, yes, like logs, thank you. I wonder if you could put me in the picture, what time we're... Yes. Yes. Fine. Roger. Many thanks. Official gen as follows. The gas men have almost finished, and the all clear is in the process of being made. We are to assemble in the foyer now for immediate rehabilitation. All pets are to be returned to their owners by alternative transport at arrival at Quigley Street. Emergency over. Mission accomplished. Glad it's all over, eh? Eternally grateful.
I will be, when everything's cleared away, back to normal.
Yes, true. Not that they'll ever be quite the same again, I don't suppose.
What? The hall?
Hmm? No, the hall will. I meant my lot. Us. We're just that little bit different now. Experience like that. We'll never be quite the same as we were. Closer now, I think. More mutual respect. More understanding. And that's what pulls us through in the end. Comradeship. All a little more tolerant. Willing to listen more. I'll say cheerio then.
Cheerio.
Cheerio to you, sir. Glad to have made your acquaintance. See you again in the not-too-distant future, I hope. I'll say cheerio then. And thanks for the use of the hall.